You want
You like this, Elizabeth? What?
Betty.
Betty?
Is like
You going?
I'm not going to require anybody, but he might.
Are you gonna go?
No.
have you ever tried oh my gosh.
Hey.
Make like I use 0 and I put it on
He's making it.
You're going.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm superb.
Yes. I can't wait.
One person. Not at the center.
Figure out what I do to get in like a really bad way, like I had to my legs. He was like,
Oh, they're good. How are you?
good, how are you? Isaiah, knocked over my drink.
You'll never guess. Okay. Right.
Sorry?
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
I don't think I've ever been this thankful.
I know, I'm putting them on the chairs behind.
Someone's gonna walk in and be like,
Jan, are we allowed to pretend this now?
What?
Are we allowed to pretend this now?
I ask your speaker, Mr. Speaker,
Oh, I thought you were reading your
are we allowed to have a momentary lapse in rules for?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'm eating another slice of cake.
Yes.
You should go eat another slice of cake.
Have some cake.
oh,
Yeah, no, I got you. I'll just...
Cake, anyone cake, chocolate cake?
I am currently off duty right now.
Whoever wants chocolate cakes and they, oh, look at me.
It's a great idea. I already have 2 pieces.
I'm so excited. Okay, these just got delivered today. I should give my shirt.
Read it. Washed it down barely. That.
I don't know which one I'm gonna wear. I'm going to Georgia.
check. Ooh, my coffee.
And just they're gonna umbrella. And that's the idea that they're long. So I have oversized shirts. And so they'll go like here. And then this is all. What color?
Of course.
Yeah.
Would you like to be in the show?
No.
There you are.
I already said.
Make sure everybody checks in, please. Please make sure you check on in.
I have this one. You might like either one. Are you gonna use it?
When you said no.
And I think it's all on but I really like his I don't think yeah, other tours have had a few
If we do re-offs, the rest are.
Last semester, I think I
So then there's one that they have. And we're the next one.
Way to say the org, whatever. Stuff on something.
And right now.
To do, my to do.
Appreciate that.
We are guessing. We are.
I thought of it twice and forgot to text it.
I believe I have to all
Time 7:02, I call this session of the Whitewater Student Government to order. If you're able, please rise alongside me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Wisconsin. Senator Carter.
Present.
Senator Irwin.
Present.
Senator Gianelli.
Present.
Senator Gulick. Senator Lang.
Present.
Senator Lieber.
Present.
Senator Major.
Present.
Senator Monroe.
Present.
Senator Patricus.
Present.
Senator Purnell.
Present.
Senator Reber.
Present.
Senator Reyes.
Present.
Senator Schmidt.
Present.
Senator Schrockmapple.
Present.
Senator Thompson.
Present.
Senator Vanderhyde.
Present.
Senator Wheaton.
Present.
Speaker Wilson.
Present. And with that, we are going to move on to special orders, starting with item A, the appointment of one Drumlin district seat. Is there anyone in the gallery tonight interested in running for a Drumlin district seat? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, we're on item B, appointment of two off-campus district seats. Is there anyone in the gallery tonight interested in running for an off-campus district seat? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, we're on to item C, the appointment of two Rock County district seats. Is there anyone in the gallery tonight interested in running for a Rock County district seat? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, we are on to item D, the appointment of three at-large district seats. Is there anyone in the gallery tonight interested in running for an at-large district seat? Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You can join us up at the podium. As you walk up, please tell our president, Doug Brennan, your full name.
Max Marty. All right, can I do?
Just one moment. All right. You'll have 3 minutes to tell us a little bit about why you want to be the next at-large center of the Whitewater Student Government. Include your name, major, and why you think it should be you. And then we'll move on to questions.
My name is Max Marty, and with my passion, with a raging glistening as if the river flows like a drum beat, I live by the words try, try again. I try again because I show up every single student government meeting, and I'm here to put my passion and everything on the line. Because I showed up last weekend to go through a whole meeting of learning about what does it mean to be objective neutral. How do I show what does a good citizen mean? And how do I make sure to represent the best way for what students envision of student government? My major is poli-sci legal studies, and I am 110% committed towards student government, putting everything to learn, to grow, and furthermore, I got some big projects in the works, such as writing 2 whole books and poetry and music. I yield my time to the chairs.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. With that, we'll move on to questions. Any questions tonight? I'll do one. If you were a tool in a toolbox, what would you be?
I would be the workman, because I will have to learn all of the tools, learn how to use it all. Always be an active learner and listener, because a workman does know how to use everything and learn how to improve upon his knowledge with the physical toolbox.
Director Smith.
Can you describe some of the ways that you've been involved with student government so far this year?
I have been on some committees with the permission of Doug, and I'm very grateful for Doug for allowing me to be active and to learn and to how to improve the student body and to figure out what students want and to help make sure that they get what they demand from us and fulfilled by those responsibilities.
question is, so clearly you are very, very passionate. How do you deal with it when sometimes there are barriers in your way? How do you pass those barriers?
Well, first of all, if I know I'm very passionate about the issue, I attended the objective neutrality slide. So if I know I am extremely passionate and I will simply step aside to leave and ask someone to tell me when it's a good time to go in. And I also know to leave with empathy, to understand the concept of grappling in the grade. That means listen to all sides and do active listening by not having my opinion get in the way of the value of student government.
Any other questions? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, we'll move into a secret ballot vote. You can vote aye or you can vote nay as there's only one candidate. Alrighty, in a vote of 12 to 5, congratulations to our newest at-large senator of the Whitewater Student Government. If you could, please stick around after the meeting and I'll let you know what the process looks like. With that, we will move on to guest speakers, of which we have none, and into the approval of the agenda minutes, starting with the minutes from September 29th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve? Senator Brady.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Seconded by Senator Reyes. Can I get a voice vote?
Acclamation.
Any opposed? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, the minutes from September 29th, 2025 have been approved unanimously. With that, we're on the agenda for October 6th, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve? Senator Lund.
Motion to approve.
Seconded by Senator Carter. Can I get a voice vote?
Acclamation.
Any opposed? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, the agenda for October 6th, 2025 has been approved unanimously. With that, we're on student issues and concerns. Are there any student issues and concerns in the gathering? Going once, going twice. Seeing none, with that we're on to reports, starting with external committee reports. We'll start with the Chancellor's Committee on Disability Concerns. Please join us up at the podium.
Alrighty, so there was a few new things, starting with there was no new updates for the Dream ASL Club. Universal Design Committee had no updates, but Center of Students with Disabilities did have updates. So they had hired two new staff members for disability service coordinators and an assistant, alternative testing assistants, because they've been running out of space for like testing with students with disabilities that have IEPs that, that's, I guess, what they're entitled to have is like a separate space to take the test. They're running out of space for it because there's so many students that are taking advantage of their opportunity to have a separate testing room. So they're trying to find more staff to help administer the test and help find a new space. And they had asked me to ask all of you that if you would like to volunteer to help administer a test for someone who, is taking advantage of their accommodation. Thank you. That's the word I was thinking of. Accommodation. You can step up and they can, teach you how to administer the test properly, and you can volunteer for that. So they wanted me to let you all know that that's available for all of you if you would like to get some volunteering experience, or if you have a class that you want to get some hours in. It's another opportunity for you. Health center, flu vaccines are available now. They encourage others to stay home if they're sick, since we've all noticing that people have been getting sick lately. So flu shots are available. IT services, they're attempting to locate automated software to assist with making PDFs more accessible. Canvas tools continue to be upgraded to improve accessibility. And then digital accessibility 101 and designing for digital data trainings continue to be offered. Another thing is university housing. There has been a continued increase in a single room accommodation requests in the residence halls, like the gentleman that came up here and spoke to us about. Emotional support animal accommodations requests have increased. 2 new elevators were installed in Wells East Residence Hall. Elevators in Wells West will be replaced next summer. No new updates for faculty planning and management. No new updates for Whitewater student government. As I said, unless there is an update that I wasn't aware of, I said there was no new updates. Academic staff assembly, no new updates. COEPS, there's no new updates. LNS, October is Pedestrian Safety Month. White Cane Safety Day is on October 15th. No new updates for College of Arts and Communications, and then no new updates in integrated studies. Library, a work to improve digital accessibility has been ongoing. So they just want to, increase that. So with that, we adjourn that day, and that's all the updates for you. Do you have any questions?
Wonderful. With that, we'll move into questions. Any questions? Senator Major.
You mentioned elevators in the Wells halls.
Yes.
Has there been any improvements or mention of elevators in academic buildings? I know, for example, Upham's elevator drops 4 inches when you get into it, which can be a hazard.
That specific example was not mentioned during the committee, and I was unaware that that was taking place, and I did not ask that question for them, but I can ask them and get back to you on that if I get anything for that. But thank you for letting me know. That's a very good question.
Any other questions from the guy?
Is there a way to sign up to help out with volunteering for tests with disability services, or was the paperwork to do that?
I would recommend you go to the Center with Students with Disabilities office in the Anderson Library and ask them, and maybe they can put your name down as a volunteer if you'd like to offer your time to administer tests, but you would have to be trained to administer tests properly, and then you can go from there. But you could for sure let them know that you are available and you're willing to help out.
Yeah.
Senator Thompson.
For volunteering, are we considering to add this to student outreach events? Because I know we've discussed briefly about including volunteers.
I don't see why not. I mean, you could, but like I said, it's a good opportunity to help out with the Center of Students with Disabilities. It's a great thing to do.
Parliamentarian Anthony, yeah.
Adding this to a potential outreach event has not been discussed with me yet, so at the moment it's not being considered as an outreach event, but only because I haven't had an opportunity to consider it yet. So I will look more into it.
Director Gross?
Is it true that flu vaccines are free for UW students?
I would believe so. I didn't ask that question. They didn't mention it either during the committee, but I would assume so, yes.
And then second, is it true that there is going to be a flu shot clinic in the basement of area on Wednesday from 2:30 to 4:30?
Yes, that is true.
Wonderful. Any other questions? Going once, going twice, seeing none. All right, with that, we are on to internal committee reports, starting with elections and engagement. Yep.
Okay, we have a short report this week. So on Tuesday, 9:30, the Elections Engagement Committee met for the first time this semester. Our first order of business was the election of a chair, vice chair, and secretary, to which Senator Wheaton was elected chair, Senator Reberg was elected as vice chair, and myself as secretary. We then discussed some goals for the semester and had a brief discussion regarding collaboration with Warhawks Vote before adjourning at 7:50 p.m. I will yield to questions.
Any questions? Once? Twice? Seeing none, with that, we're on our officer reports, starting with report of our president. Sound right.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for those who made your way over to the vigil this evening. It was, I think, it was absolutely wonderful. So thank you all who helped in the planning, the execution, and who showed up. You can see what I did last week. This week coming up, we had the memorial today. NALT budget presentations are going to continue tomorrow. I think we're about halfway through, so a good chunk of us will be in meetings for a good chunk of the afternoon. Additionally, the Parking Advisory Board, Cabinet will meet as usual. The Constitutional Revision Committee will be meeting this week as well. And the Chancellor's Leadership Council will meet on Friday. So those are director level positions and higher on campus. Directors and dean higher make up the Chancellor's Leadership Council, plus student body president. So you can also see what next week looks like. It's pretty much not finalized yet, but I'll fill you in as it becomes more finalized. The speaker and I had a brief conversation about Senator of the Month. So we're going to start bringing that back. And how that's going to look is between the speaker and myself. We're going to nominate 4 senators and then ask you all to vote. So this month, we have Senator Thompson for asking lots of great questions. We also have Senator Reberg for leading by example for lots of the new folks. We also have Senator Gielich for being very vocal in Senate meetings and also in training. And then Senator Schroffnagel for always bringing some excitement to the group. So I'll ask you to, the speaker's handing things out. I should be able to give you a Google Doc here. Other than that, I ask you to please vote for one, then I will yield. I'm getting you spellings up here.
I will collect these during the rest of reports, and then by the time we make it around to my report, we'll get the announcement. Take your time, think about who you might want to vote for.
I yield to questions.
Any questions? Going once, going twice. Seeing none, with that, we're on the report of our Vice President, Mark Van.
Awesome. Thank you. Check. All right, so for this week, very similarly to President Bradley, we got cabinet, a couple of NALT deliberations tomorrow. I'll be meeting with directors Reiser, Smith, and Kelleher this week for one-on-ones. I had a very fruitful meeting with Senator Lang last week regarding a WSG collaboration with LIT. So that stands for Leadership Involvement Team, for those of you who don't know. I'll be meeting with him again this week to continue that conversation and kind of refine that program. So more to come on that. But I'll also be collaborating with Parliamentarian Irwin regarding counting that as an outreach event and kind of the future and formatting of outreach events. In addition to that, I was informed of some concerns regarding the office. So as office manager, it's my job to upkeep the office etiquette and cleanliness. So that being said, if you have food in there, please keep it in the fridge. If you're not eating it, please throw it away. I'd like to keep that to a minimum. We've had pests in there before. We had ants, other bugs and stuff. So let's keep that to a minimum. If you make a mess in there, please keep clean it up as well, okay? So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or know somebody who is making a mess of the office or not upholding our office etiquette and rules, please come see me. And with that, I will yield to my report.
Sounds good. Any questions for the Vice President? From the guy.
When do they have office cleaning times, or when could I possibly have vacuum and do this office meetings?
You can come see me after for that.
Okay.
Senator Lynn.
Just a point of clarification. Wellslet is asking for as many WSG members to help out with that event as possible. So if anyone has any questions, please come see me about that.
Sounds good. Any other questions for our Vice President? Once, going twice, seeing none, with that, we're on to the report of our WSG advisor. Jim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, thank you to those of you who took the time on Friday to either present, prepare, or attend the training. I hope you took something away from it, or one or more things away from it. So thank you everyone who was able to attend, and those that participated and facilitated during it. Just a reminder that the homecoming organizational meeting is tonight whenever we can be done with our meeting. And I would just encourage you that as we talked about in the training, we want to look at issues from two different angles. So as you're looking at that angle of either pulling the things out of the river or going upstream to the top of the river, please feel free to reach out to me. My Outlook calendar is up to date. You're more than welcome to please put yourself on my calendar. If there's not a time that works, let me know, because I certainly am here past 4:30 most evenings in a good way, and would be happy to meet with you then if that's better. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I will yield to questions.
Any questions for our advisor? Once, going twice, seeing none, with that, we're on to board reports, starting with the report of our Director of Academic Affairs, Abby Wright.
Hi, everyone. Hello?
I turned it off. It's old habits, right?
Hello? Okay, here we go. All right, so last week I attended Faculty Senate. I had a discussion with Eric Lepp regarding Catalyst and some ideas moving forward about what academic affairs can work on. SUFAC meeting, and then also attended NALT. And then this week, I had a meeting with Interim Provost Fox. Our Academic Affairs Committee went to the memorial, so instead of having an official meeting with business, we went to support the memorial. And then an advising meeting, Stellig, and then NALT again. So with that, I yield to any questions.
Any questions for our Director of Academic Affairs? Going once, going twice, seeing none, with that, we're on to the report of our Associate Director of Academic Affairs, Libby Gross.
Hello, everyone. Last week I met with Laura Milaro, who is the department chair for World Languages and Cultures. I attended the SUFAC training with all of you. I had a meeting with UCC, the University Curriculum Committee. And then this week I had a meeting with Robin Fox. I attended the Memorial for Katie. I'm going to be attending the advising strategic planning model meeting, and then continuing my collection of data on online education. So with that, I yield to questions.
Any questions for Director Gross? Once, twice, seeing none, with that, we're on to the report of our Director of Student Affairs, Lauren Smith.
Hey y'all, the housing fair was today, which I'm happy to report was successful. We have 2-on-1s this week with Stacy Weber and Joe Silverson from UHCS, and then our bi-weekly 2-on-1 with Kirsten Philhauer and Tanya Schmidt. I was going to meet with Sam Blake this week, but we will be meeting next week. Our regular 1-on-1 with Director Kelleher, and then 1-on-1 with Angela Meldonian, who's the Executive Director of the UC. as well as the Constitutional Revision Committee. And then my student affairs fact today is that because we have surpassed 75% of the org completing the Recognize, Respond, Refer training, we have a lovely, nice sticker outside of our office that shows us off as a resource for students. So thank you to everyone who completed that training. I yield to questions.
Any questions for our Director of Student Affairs? And once, twice, seeing none, with that, we're on the report of our Associate Director of Student Affairs, Dan McCullough.
Hey everybody, last week continued some one-on-ones with Director Smith, athletics, student services, and veteran services, as well as an introductory two-on-one with UWW Police. I believe that means we have completed all of our introductory two-on-ones, so I'm glad that we've completed that. Like Oren said, today was the housing fair, and it went well, so that is great. We have those two-on-twos that were mentioned. Homecoming info night number 2 is tonight, and CRC will be meeting. With that, I yield to questions.
Any questions for Director Keller? Once, twice, seeing none, with that, we're on the report of our Director of Communication, Paige Lemon.
Good evening, y'all. So last week I worked on housing fair posts as senator election graphics as well. Met with my committee, filmed a few TikToks, which you all will see up this week at some point. This week I attended the memorial for Katie, meeting with Director Kelleher, finishing up senator election graphics, meeting with Clerk West, and filming TikToks. So, answer any questions.
Any questions for Director Lemon? Once, twice, seeing none, with that, we are on to officer reports, starting with
Hello everyone. So to start with, I was out for most of last week because I was ill. If you sent me an email last week, I am working on responding to it. Oh, thank you. I am working on responding to it. And also because I was ill, I have extended the outreach deadline, which was tonight, until tomorrow at midnight. An email will be going out tonight. Please either respond to that email with your plans for how you're going to complete an outreach event, or by filling out one of the forms included within the outreach event before tomorrow at midnight. I will be sending a list of names of senators who did not complete an outreach event to the Deputy Speaker to assign unexcused absences on Wednesday. If you are a senator who joined this semester, or if you are a senator who was excused from all outreach events due to when you joined last semester, your outreach events are not due until after we have had a chance to meet, which I had hoped to do last week, but instead we'll be doing this week. And you can review what counts as an outreach event in the guidelines. I'll be resending those out with my in the email tonight. And I'd like to add that I'm always open to hearing new ideas for outreach events. So as already been mentioned in this meeting, I've had a brief conversation with Senator Lang already about the lit event. I'll be meeting with him further and then attending his first lit meeting collaboration to see if it works well, and if it does, working with him to further expand it to other lit groups. I've also had a conversation with Senator Wiedenen, as chair of the Elections Engagement Committee. Warhawks Vote is looking for volunteers this week and the next to table for elections engagement to get people signed up and registered to vote. So I will be filling 2 slots for that, a outreach event. A sign-up sheet for that will also be sent out in the email. So as I said, I'm always open to ideas about how you want to complete your outreach event. So this week I will be meeting with various people about outreach events, meeting with the Vice President about outreach, attending CRC and other committees. And with that, I will yield to my report.
Any questions from parliamentary?
I get that email as well.
Yes, you and the speaker both CC'd.
Wonderful. Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? Seeing none, we're going to move slightly backward to the report of our WSG clerk.
Hello. Last week, cabinet committee stuff. This week, I'm going to see the Senate seat allocation a little bit. I'm going to meet with Director of Women.
CRC and the election packet. So friendly reminder, all election forms, signature sheets, and past for referenda, which there is none, is due October 10th, which is Friday by 5 p.m. It can be given to me electronically, emailed to the clerk email, or on a paper, so it can be handed to me. You can hand it to a member of the e-board, as like President Bradley's always in the office. You can give it to him, or you can put it in the mailbox. And if you turn it in late, you will not be put on the ballot. Once again, there's no election talk in the office. There's paper reminders up as well. You'll get a violation or be reported to IEC, whichever one's more relevant. And please review the campaign practices in Section 11, since that will also become more up since the election. That's all. Thank you.
Any questions? Going once? Going twice? Seeing none? Oh, sorry. Seeing one. Director.
If people have questions about the process, who are the people in the org that they can ask those questions of?
You can ask myself, Advisor Bilgin, or any member of the e-board, as they are all also on the elections committee.
Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? Seeing none, we're going to move out of order. Oh, from the gallery?
Does it bring objective neutrality laws for posters or telling about people about the date, like going around, like making sure I communicate to students about student government and about voting in the election process?
I think, no. That could just count as campaigning. So just follow the practices in Section 11.
Got it.
Thank you.
And also follow university policy in terms of if you're going to hang flyers anywhere, etc. With that, we will move on to the report of our wonderful Deputy Speaker, Nick Patrice.
Last week I worked on an IEC process and procedure document. This is a version I took notes on, so it's got a couple notes of mine on it, but I think this is an old one actually. I went through a lot of edits very quickly, but we have a document for IEC that will govern at least this semester of how it works. So if you're interested in looking at it, let me know. Do your office hours. You have the questions?
Any questions for Deputy Speaker? Going once? Going twice? Seeing none. With that, we're on my report. It's good to see you all again. Oh, I missed you all so much. I was away. For those of you that are wondering, Enactus lost in the first round to Zimbabwe. But Zimbabwe had a wonderful product. If you want to come chat with me about it after the meeting, you're more than welcome. More good news. Senator of the Month results are in. And I'm not going to tell you until I'm done with everything else. No drum rolls yet. No drum rolls yet. I'm not going to tell you until I'm done with everything else. So, because I was gone for so long, I have a lot of homework that I've been catching up on, and I've had a lot of WSG stuff that I've been catching up on. If I've missed something, if there's something I've told you that I would get to, and I've missed it in the scuffle of things, in the 15-hour flight, and in the jet lag, give me a gentle nudge. I want to be able to get to everything. So whatever I say here in my report are the things that are on top of mind and in my do book, the things that are to be done. But if there's something I missed and you go, how did Speaker Wilson miss that crucial thing that he told me he would do, please come give me a gentle nudge and we'll make sure it gets sorted. With that, I am getting on all of your Outlook calendars, so please be sure they're updated for Senate one-on-ones. It's very similar to the kinds of things we go over at training, but it just allows me to touch base with you, better understand your goals so that Senate leadership and I can best serve you. With that, I also want to stress that recognize, respond, refer training is mandatory. So everyone has completed it, but I'm officially making it mandatory. I can send an email for official notice as well, but almost everyone's completed it, so it shouldn't be a problem. I am sharing on, if anyone had, the due date's 24 hours from the end of this meeting. Or, no, a week from the end of this meeting. I'm so sorry. So 7 days, end of this meeting. Let's call it 11:59. Have the training done. Thank you very much. Everyone good? Everyone good? Thank you. Committee stuff. I know there are some of you who might not have all of your committee appointments yet. External stuff can take a little bit of time because we have to communicate with the chairs of those external committees. But internal stuff I can do very quickly. It helps me if you do the internal committee form that's on Connect 2. If you don't have access to that, you can come talk to me. Otherwise, I can do that very quickly. I intend to have them all done by tomorrow night, if not tonight. So if there's anyone who doesn't have particularly internal committees sorted yet, come chat with me after the meeting. Then there's general meeting stuff, NULT, CRC, cabinet. My normal stuff. One last push to remind you all to give me a nudge. So if you have something for me, come chat with me after the meeting. Give me a gentle nudge, and I'll make sure it gets in my book to do. Now I'll take the drum roll. Congratulations to the September Senator of the Month, Lofton Reberg. Wonderful job. Senator of the Month is something we do every month. So that's kind of the new format that President Bradley and I will be operating under. So thank you all for the wonderful work that you do. With that, I yield to any questions. Are there questions? Vice President Bain. Just called you Vice President Bradley.
Is it true that Senator Lofton should stay briefly after to get his picture taken?
That is true. That is very true. Director Smith?
Is it true that when you complete the Recognize Responder for training, you should fill out the Connect 2 form that is in the email that anyone who didn't complete the training received this morning?
It's true. It's the only way we'll be able to know if you did it. Any other questions? Senator Burnett?
Are WSG members still able to opt out of the training?
Indeed. So that is what completion would look like too. So if you don't want to do it, you can opt out and we'll count you as completed. That takes care of it being mandatory.
Point of clarification.
Yeah, yes, Dr. Smith.
If you don't want to do it for your safety, please opt out. If you don't want to do it just because you don't want to do a training, please do the training. Thank you.
Deputy Speaker Patrice?
How was your trip?
Oh, I appreciate you asking. Come talk to me about it after the meeting. Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? Seeing none. With that, we are on to unfinished business, which we have none, so we're under new business, starting with the approval of the Senate seat allocation. Clerk West, whenever you're ready, you have the
Just want to make sure I can see everyone's faces. Now it's pretty good. Is this on? Yeah. Okay. I can tell. So. All right. So for the Senate election, we have to figure out how many seats are going to which district. So according to our standing rules, not standing rules, our Constitution, which I brought up here to read to you, on section 2.d, which is listed on your sheet of paper on the bottom left. It says the total number of university students, graduates, and undergraduates in each district will be counted. The Elections Committee Chair will determine by October 7th of each year, each district's allocation of Senate seats to be filled subject to the approval of the Senate. The 27 Senate seats shall be divided as such. 2 seats will represent the Rock County District. The 25 remaining Senate seats shall be allocated as follows. First, take the proportion of students living on and off campus by headcount enrollment. To determine the off-campus and at-large allocation, take the number of seats proportionate to the enrollment of off-campus students and divide it in half. Round it up toward the off-campus seat number. To determine the on-campus seat allocation, take the proportion of the on-campus seat allocation and divide it the seats proportionately to the students living in the Esker and Drumlin districts. So on your sheet, you can see that Rock County will have 2 seats. Then on the left as well, it shows off-campus and at-large, and the math that went behind citing that. So each will get 8 seats. And then on the right shows Drumlin District, which will be getting 4 seats, and Esker, which will be getting 5. And I will be very honest with you, I had lots of help from President Bradley and Deputy Speaker Patricus, as I'm horrible with numbers, and they threw this together. So, any questions?
Is it true that they threw together with mighty haste too? It was very impressive.
Yeah, they did mighty haste. It was like on my mind the past couple weeks, and Vice Billigan and everyone else's, and then somehow the last week, it just kind of slipped over our heads until last night, which is why you had a second agenda sent out, because we realized a little bit after 6 that it had to be on the agenda as it needed to be done by tomorrow and approved.
What is different between the allocation for this new year, or the new term, and the current term? Like how do the numbers change?
I don't believe they changed.
It didn't change.
I'd add it's really, really, really difficult to get the total number of enrollment as our Constitution says, especially so early in the semester. So the numbers we had to use were all preliminary numbers. And I was on the phone with Vice Chancellor Kristen Philhauer last night, so she's watching. Thank you very much for calling us on a Sunday night. But these are preliminary numbers. They could change, they could shift. But I can give you an example. There's nothing that could really happen that would change the allocation numbers. For example, we pulled the numbers when we started having residents in the lounges to ensure nothing shifted. And while the percentages went up, it was still at the proper allocation. So be warned, the numbers used, the total enrollment, is a preliminary number. And it might shift, but it will not change the seat allocation.
Any other questions from Miguel?
So for the number of students and then for the number of senators per student, when we represent the students, how do we make sure that students actually answer and actually communicate to what they want to see? Because I literally have to have I make sure they have one-on-one conversations with all the kids around Whitewater, saying, I am here to see what you want to do, to see what you want to have, and what you envision for the student government. I'm always asking that question all the time whenever I'm talking to students for a better representation for that. How do I make sure that the issues and the ways are going to be more developed or more deep conversations when we have these conversations?
Could I yield to President Bradley on that one?
I'd say let's chat after the meeting. Right now, this is just for how many seats each district have starting in the spring. So I would love to chat with you after, and maybe loop in Senate leadership as well.
Wonderful. Any other questions? For the clerk. Complaints? Seeing none, with that, we're going to move on to approval. The agenda is in motion. So with that, Madam Clerk, when you're ready. Just so we're clear, so everyone knows what we're voting on, a vote of aye will be voted in favor of approving the Senate allocation. Vote of nay will be voted against. Madam Clerk, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Senator Carter,
Aye.
Senator Irwin,
Aye.
Senator Giannotti,
Aye.
Senator Lang,
Aye.
Senator Lieber, Senator Majors.
Aye.
Senator Monroe.
Aye.
Senator Patricus.
Aye.
Senator Purnell.
Aye.
Senator Reber.
Aye.
Senator Reyes.
Aye.
Senator Schmidt.
Aye.
Senator Schrocknagel.
Aye.
Senator Thompson.
Aye.
Senator Vanderhyde. Senator Wheaton.
Aye.
Speaker Wilson.
Aye. And with that, the approval of the Senate seat allocation for fall 2025 has been approved unanimously. All right. With that, we're going to move on to announcements. Are there any announcements? Senator Lang.
Point of personal privilege, I'd like to have a brief moment of silence for Katie Gruber.
Thank you very much for that. Deputy Speaker Patricus.
Amy Holmes, the chair of the Black Student Government Association, submitted a report. Should all take a look at it.
Thank you very much. Any other announcements? Senator Wheaton.
If you're looking for any volunteer opportunities, the Elections Engagement Committee, as mentioned earlier, is looking for help with tabling for the little foreseeable future as we're helping students get registered to vote. So if you're looking for that opportunity, I'd love to discuss more after the meeting. Also, I sent out a WebEx and email to everyone in the Student Affairs Committee as well. You should have received that. I'd really appreciate the help. Thanks.
Clerk West.
Wednesday, Coloring Club, 6 to 7:30 is going to do something in collaboration with Coffee Lovers Club. So you can drink coffee and color for an hour and a half. And I'd like to see somebody there.
Just please eat the cake on your way out or take a big piece, please. Thank you.
Both CRC and IEC are meeting this week, both Thursday. One at 4:30 and then one immediate after. So.
Any other announcements? Director.
We're nearing midterms, very stressful time of year. It's week 6, I know. If you need help, ask for help. If you need support, ask for support. And on a special note, if you completed the Recognize, Respond, Refer training, you're going to get a little sticker for your laptop or whatever physical device you put or on, signifying you as a resource that is not as big as the one on our glass window. Yeah.
Any other announcements going once? Going twice, seeing none with that round of adjournment. Make a motion to adjourn. Senator Majors.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded by Senator Reed. Can I get a voice vote?
Acclamation.
Opposed? Going once, going twice, seeing none. With that, we're out of here at 7:49.
Not even
Wow. Shouldn't do that.
That's my speaker.
All right, 10 minutes for gentle nudges. Stay here, 10 minutes for nudges.
broke my finger while we were in the meeting.
What is happening?
Your mom.
Non-physical nudges.
Eat the cake! Take the cake!